Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chip's NBA Report. We're going to look at the NBA games for tonight and tomorrow. Got some trivia for you and some free plays, plenty of analysis. Chip Chirimbes is joining us from Florida on that red-hot megabuck run. Chip, I know you went down with the Pacers yesterday, as did Jim Feist, but you're 17-6 overall. What do you have for everybody this week?
I tell you, John, people are missing out, and I don't understand why, and I think it's time they take an opportunity to make some big money at a really ridiculously low price. I'm a fan appreciation week this week where I'm going to give two plays, megabuck winners in basketball and in Major League Baseball for only $2. That's $2 each day, $1 a game at 866-899-9462. There's an incredible offer. These are big-time winners. Like you said, John, 17-6 in the NBA playoffs. That's one game a day. We had a streak of 11 in a row. It was just broken, and we're coming back strong once again. So it's Fan Appreciation Week. 2 games, $2, 2 big megabuck winners, 866-899-9462.
And those megabucks, those are your high roller plays, right? The top plays you put out.
That's my single strongest play each and every day. John, when I first opened the business, I used to call my business the A play because I used to give out the single strongest play every day, and that's turned into my megabuck release. This is what I hang my hat on. I don't like playing a lot of games. I'm here for the high roller. I'm here for the big-time player. I'll give you one game that you can step out on, one game you can play with confidence. That's my megabuck winner. You're going to win 2 out of 3 over the course of the year, and right now we're doing even better than that. We're hitting 3 out of 4, almost 4 out of 5. So give me a call, 866-899-9462. Fan Appreciation Days, 2 megabuck winners for only $2.
All right, and Jim Feist is on a 13-7 run with all NBA plays, 11-6 with totals. He split his parlay of the year. That was Friday. We talked about that on Proline. Did win with the 76ers the early game, and then narrowly missed the under on the Thunder LA later game that night under the total. Had a high roller winner on Saturday, a platinum winner with the San Antonio Spurs, and then had a very rough Sunday with the Pacers and the under. You want to get 2 plays from Jim starting on Tuesday. 2 plays for $2. 1 in baseball, 1 in the NBA playoffs. 1-866-841-1655. Okay, the Pacers and the Heat are in an interesting Game 5. That'll be going on Tuesday. And you told me last week that they were jumping off the bandwagon down to Miami after Sunday's terrific performance by James, 40 points and 18 rebounds. Are they back on the bandwagon?
Well, I imagine they will be. John, they did something that I told you that they hadn't been doing and they really needed to do, was to use LeBron James and Dwayne Wade together on that pick-and-roll situation. Those two controlled the ball the whole second half, and if it wasn't for Adonis Haslam, they probably would have been shut out for the rest of the squad. But those two guys, when James takes over like that and Wade is hitting his shots, Wade was making plenty of buckets because James had 9 assists in this contest. So it was a great game by the Miami Heat. And, of course, the front runners down here, they'll be all over Miami in this contest. And the point spread are going to be strong. We'll see how it prevails. Still have time to make a decision on this one before I pull the trigger.
Yeah, games 2 and 3, Indiana just dominated the glass without Bosch being in there, and that was the key to their victory, as well as defense. Their defense, the first 3 games, was just astonishing. They held Miami to 40% shooting in that game. They lost in Game 1, then 36.5%, and then 37%. Finally, Miami got on track shooting 47.5% in Game 4, and really the difference was the points in the paint, and the referees had something to do with it, because in the second half, Hibbert and West, when they both picked up their 4th fouls apiece, they both had to leave the game. That opened up the lane for LeBron James, and boy, did he take advantage. Attacking the glass was phenomenal all around. Miami ended up with a points in the paint advantage of 50-32. Really, that was the ball game there. And my question is, do the referees, do they want to see LeBron in the finals? Is that where this is coming from?
Well, we know that everyone would prefer to see LeBron James and Wade play, but you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that the referees took Roy Hibbert and the big man out of the game for the Pacers, and Miami took advantage. It happens like that sometimes. I don't know if it was scripted. Sometimes you think this WWE out there, but it's the way it went. I'm sure they would like for this to go 7 games because of the interest that LeBron James brings, and as well as Dwayne Wade. And if it's the Boston Celtics or even, who's going to make it to the finals in the East? If it isn't the Heat, I really don't know if they're going to get the kind of ratings or interest that normally would come with the NBA finals.
Yeah, it's most likely it's the Heat. The Sixers and the Celtics have a lot of problems that Miami can take.
Now.
What's that?
I said particularly now. If they went down 3-1, I really wouldn't expect them to come back. But right now, I think they win the series.
Yeah, I do too. And Miami for game 5, which is Tuesday, opened 6.5-point favorite, has moved to 7, so the early money is on Miami. Total 180.5. It opened is down to 179.5, so they're looking at the favorite and the under. And Miami, when they are playing at home, the last 31 games, 24-7 under the total. The Pacers, too, come into this game on a 7-3 run under the total. And when Miami Heat are a playoff chalk, 13-5 against the spread, so they have been getting it done. The other game one game going on Monday is the Lakers are playing at Oklahoma City Thunder for Game 5. Now, we've seen 3-1 over the total for this series, and what an amazing series it's been. The Lakers could be up 3-1. They blew games 2 and 4, and that game Saturday was just a crusher. Oklahoma City coming back 103-100, and the odds makers aren't giving the Lakers much hope or respect. Oklahoma City opened 7.5 for the game, now up to 8. Are the Lakers dead, or do they still have a chance?
Well, I don't think they have a chance in the series, John, and it looks like there's a little dissension coming on. I mean, Kobe Bryant actually called out Paul Gasol, who didn't have a point or a rebound in the fourth quarter. And if that 7-footer is going to do that down the stretch, you have no chance. The Lakers have to go into Bynum. They have to go into Gasol. They have to let the inside game take over, slow the pace down. You said these games are going over, and that plays right into the Thunder's hands. And I just don't see the Lakers getting there. I don't think they have the mental fortitude that the teams in the past have had. This Bynum is very immature. You know, we've had problems with him all year long. They're always calling him out. One day he's great. Another day he's moody. Be a professional. You go out and play your best each and every day. I think the Lakers are done. They could get in under the number here and actually cover the spread, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and Kobe Bryant, he was just 2 of 10 shooting in the fourth quarter of that game Saturday. Then he came out and criticizes Pau Gasol, saying Gasol has to be more assertive. He's got to be more aggressive. He's looking to pass and swing the ball too much. He has to shoot. Gasol refused to take the blame for the loss. His point was, hey, it was just one play, one mistake. There was plenty of mistakes made in the game. And even Andrew Bynum said, hey, I'm not getting the ball much in the low post. So you have to wonder about how together this Laker team is. And let's not forget the coach, Mike Brown. The last time he was coaching in the NBA was 2 years ago. His heavily favored Cleveland Cavalier team with LeBron went belly up in the second round against the Celtics, and there were reports that LeBron kind of quit on the team in games 4 and 5. So not sure. It's a good game to back away from. If the Lakers show up with a great defense, they can keep it close. But if they pack it in, they can get blown out too, like they did in game 1.
You know, you could say there are reports about LeBron James quitting. We saw him quit.
Yeah,
we saw him on that court just give up and just say he was going to go play golf for the center if he plays golf for the summer. I don't know, but that has happened, and you really have to wonder about it. You know, he's got a lot to fulfill. I mean, 7 NBA championships in Miami. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, now the favorite in the series between the Lakers and Oklahoma City, the favorite is 9-4-1 against the spread. And as far as totals, everything points to the over here. The Lakers, they play great defense at home, but on the road, they're on a 13-6 run over the total. And Oklahoma City, when they're a favorite of between 5 and 10.5, like they are for this game, a 40-15-1 over the total. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of scoring tonight. The other game on the tap is the Celtics 76. The series tied 2-2, but Boston really has to be kicking themselves for blowing that 18-point third quarter lead and collapse. They ended up losing the game by 9 points. We've seen a lot of teams have big, Indiana had 9-0 lead to start the game. They end up losing. We saw the Clippers blow that 24-point lead, and even Boston. Very unusual postseason. Who's got the edge for game 5?
Well, I'll tell you, Philadelphia's ugly. They are just totally ugly to watch them play. But, you know, they scrap, they play hard, they stay in the game. If they can push the Celtics out of their rhythm, they're going to have a chance to get the number. You know, at 2-2, we had Philadelphia Friday night, so that was a big win for us. That was great. Normally, my instinct would be to come back here with Boston. But, you know, the odds makers are telling you that Philly's going to play close, keeping this one down at 5.5. You know, Philadelphia was a number 8 seed. They're the 8th seed, and they're only 5.5-point dog. That's kind of telling. I think that Philadelphia may come up really tough on this game on Monday night. You know, even though instincts, after the way Boston lost and blew that game last time out, I would think that they would come back really strong, very focused. But, you know, Las Vegas is telling us that this Philadelphia team is going to play hard and play tough.
Yeah, one of the things that happened in the game 4 is that Doc Rivers, the coach of the Celtics, he decided to go with a small lineup down the stretch. I can see why he did it. We want to do that to help the offense, throw Ray Allen in there and go with this small lineup. But it ended up backfiring because they didn't have a big man to go to for any type of defense down the stretch, and the Sixers really took advantage. Andre Iguodala had 8 points in the final 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and there was nothing that Boston could do. Now, that's been a problem for the Celtics for the last couple of years, is having big men to play defense, and that's one reason why I think whoever wins this series is really going to be at a huge disadvantage against either Indiana or the Heat, is the big men. And the other thing to keep in mind with Boston, even though they're home, Avery Bradley is injured. He did not practice on Sunday, and he has his shoulder popped out of the socket, so he's questionable for this game. So even though Boston has home court and definitely will be angry, they do have some problems to consider. And if you look at spread numbers, when the Celtics are a favorite like this of 10.5 points, they're just 4-17 against the spread. They're not a team that blows anybody out. So I kind of agree with the line movement on this one. Okay, how about some free plays? You got anything for the viewers?
Well, John, you mentioned it earlier. With this Miami Heat, every time they play at home, they decide to play some defense. Last 31 times out in American Airlines Arena in Miami, the unders got won 24 to 24-7 the last 31 games. I think it's a no-brainer. You just take the under in that series, you take the under in this game Tuesday, and you collect on Wednesday. I mean, that's just the way to go with it. That's how I see it.
I got a free play in Major League Baseball on Tuesday. The Red Sox are playing at the Orioles. I know you love those Red Sox, Chip, so here's the scoop on them. Felix Doubront is going, unsung kid pitcher for them, yet he's 3-0 his last 3 starts with a 2.50 ERA. Boston has struggled this season against righties, but they're very good against lefties, and they're facing Baltimore southpaw Brian Matus. He's just 3-4 with a 5.36 ERA. More importantly, he walks 18 and 43 innings, allowing 56 hits, and Boston very good offense. Tuesday, play the Red Sox. Okay, a trivia time. In the history of the NBA, when the series is tied 1-1, whoever wins that game 3, what percentage do they win the series?
All right, I know I heard a lot of numbers thrown out, and I think it's a lot of crap. I'll say 72%.
You're very close, 82%. So game 3 historically,
you know
yeah, it's very high.
I was going to say closer to 80, but that's a tough call. That's a tough call, and 72%. That's not good. I thought I'd be within 2 or 3 points, but
yeah,
percentage.
I was surprised that game 3 was that pivotal historically.
Okay.
Okay, here's one more trivia question. You can play 48 minutes in an NBA game. What is the most minutes per game that an NBA player has played for the entire season?
I would have to say that's Wilt Chamberlain, and I think he played close to 48. I mean, of course, he did get a rest somewhere, but if I remember correctly, Wilt Chamberlain used to go from the opening tap to the final buzzer, and I don't know what the exact number would be, but I think it would be him. You are right on the money, therefore you win this this very fine cigar. And what's that? You like that? Date with my wife. Ah, well, we'll bring this along. Her name is not Monica. Well, we're talking NBA. How about this, though? It is Wilt Chamberlain for that record, and the average minutes he plays in the 61-62 season was 48.5, and the reason is overtime. So he played constantly. Now that's a great trivia question because he played more minutes than there is in each game. That's really great. Exactly, and that'll never be broken. Okay, let's go through your ads again. What you have for people with those red hot plays. John, Megabuck winners in the NBA playoffs so far. My single strongest play every day. We've had 23 days so far, 17-6. With an 11-game winning streak mixed in there. Now we're going to continue it. These are big games for big game players. They're games you can step out on. They're my Megabuck winners. These are games you can play with confidence. Hitting 2 out of 3 for the last 4 months, you can pretty much rely on that. What we're going to do is we're making a special fan appreciation offer this week. You're going to get 2 Megabuck plays, Major League Baseball, and NBA action for only $2. That's an incredible offer. You can get this game for $500 online sometimes. Now you're getting 2 plays for $2 at 866-899-9462. Give me a call. You'll be glad you did. You know, a week ago, John, we told everyone to get involved for like $5, $10, and they won 11 straight. Here you go for $2. It's a deal you can't beat. It's a game you can step out on. Once again, you'll be glad you did. Give me a call, 866-899-9462. Get the big game players, big game winners.
All right, jump on that high roller Mega Buck Express with Chip. And Jim Bice has a 2 for Tuesday going on Tuesday. 2 plays for $2, one in the NBA and one in baseball. 2 for Tuesday, $2 for 2 plays. 1-866-841-1655. All right, everybody, good luck with the games. And Chip, we will see you Thursday on Proline.
Thursday, I'm looking forward to it, John. Take care.
Good luck, everyone.